Hi everybody, this is Ingi from Tarot Ingi, and today I'm going to talk about what it means when you have a lot of queens in your tarot reading and how they align with the other cards. So let's say you're doing, I like to use the Celtic cross. I like it because it gives you a really good overview, but it also allows for cards to repeat itself because it's 10 cards, so sometimes a group repeat itself, and that's a special message to the seeker. So if queens repeat itself, it means that there's a lot of trust, like your soul is very connected to the life you're living. And that gives the seeker a lot of trust, so they feel like they're living their purpose. It can be a sign of living your life purpose actually as well. Sometimes if you get two queens, it can also speak of rivalry, just because, you know, it can be like two female fighting over territory, that kind of thing. But as a message, the primary message is your soul is trusting the path you're on, and the seeker will have a lot of peace because of that. You also have to look at the other cards as well. Like if you do get the moon sometimes shows up when people are very lost. But if you do get queens, it means the seeker isn't actually lost. They're not in the dark. They're actually using creativity, and they're actually thriving even if it is a bit chaos, they're thriving because you can see it in the queens are showing up. The seeker is very connected to their soul, their intuition. They know the path they're on is for them. They have no fear. But let's say you get the moon. Maybe you also get other cards that are, maybe you get the star reversed. Maybe you get Nine of Swords. Maybe you just get cards, maybe you get the Death card. Cards that give you a feeling of the seeker has lost some control in their life. And maybe you get the Devil card as well. And then there are no queens showing up. Then you know that the seeker most likely is living through some kind of, they could live through a dark night of the soul. They don't feel like this is a path they're meant to be on. They're not thriving in the environment. They feel like this is a wrong environment. They could feel like it's the wrong people in their lives. Maybe no court cards at all are showing up. Or they feel like there's only very few people they can relate to. But let's say you do get pentacles. Let's just say you get a lot of pentacles. But you don't get queens, but you get a ton of pentacles. See if I can find any pentacles. Where here's 9 of pentacles. And then you get no queens. But you know that the seeker is in a routine that they've been in for a while. They're making money, they're earning, they're stable. Their financial situation might even be quite good. Then you get the Emperor, which means there is order in their lives, but you don't get the queens. So that's when the seeker feels like they're living someone else's life. It's not their life. Like everything looks maybe very good on the surface, but they're not connecting to it. Let's say you get a queen. Doesn't matter which one, but the best queen is actually Queen of Pentacles, so she aligns with the Pentacle as well. So let's say you get Queen of Pentacles. Then it actually aligns so well because then they live the life that is stable, they're making money, they're abundant, they're earning, they're in a good routine that supports them, they got stability, they're committed, they're not running away from their responsibilities or their commitments, and their soul is connected to it as well. This is a perfect alignment with 4 Pentacles and Queen. And if you get more than one queen, maybe they are fighting a little bit over territory. It can be a rival, but it can also be a friend that they're learning from. So it's a friend they're learning from. So it could be a friend that's challenging a little bit to them, especially if you get the elements don't really align up, like Queen of Swords. It's kind of the opposite to Queen of Pentacles sometimes. But that can be a challenge that makes the queen grow, so makes the seeker grow. But let's say you get Queen of Swords with Queen of Wands, they're very compatible in their elements. You know it could be a very good friendship. And maybe it is someone that the seeker feel very comfortable with. When you get 3 queens, it can mean that it's something that you worked on through many lifetimes and you're almost ready to complete it. If you get the 4th queen, it means it will be completed. So that means that whatever it is that soul contract or purpose was, will be completed. Now let's see if I can find the last queen. But yeah, if you get 3 queens, it can mean also that you're in a very close-knit group. And that close-knit group can mean that you have to know people to get in. You're not going to just be invited in. But if you get 4 queens and they all show up in a reading, that means that something very major will be completed in a lifetime, something you started maybe several lifetimes before. And you'll be able to complete it. It's like all the cornerstones will be completed. So everything will be set, the foundation and everything will be completed. And it will, you've done your job, you've done your part, your soul completed it. So that's a really, really good sign then. And also they can keep building on it if they choose to. So notice that I'm not reading the card meanings until afterwards. Because first I just want to see the theme of the reading. Let's say you get 3 number 4s. So if it repeats itself more than 2 times, 3 times, even if it's only 2 times, unless there's some other number that does 3 or 4 times, focus even on that, because it means that there is that energy of whatever the number means. And 4 is commitment. It is security. It's willing to commit because it wants security. It wants a routine. It wants to keep building. And it makes them feel good to be in that mindset. So you know that the seeker is committed. And then you have queens. Let's say you get these 2 queens. So you know they're trusting their path, they're believing in it, but you don't get pentacles. So it means like maybe they're in a casual job rather than a permanent job. So they're committed to the job, but they're not in a routine. They're waiting for the phone call. Maybe they're temp, or maybe they're in an agency and you know, they're not really in a set routine and they don't know when their next shift is going to be. That can be a sign of that. It can be a sign when no pentacles is showing up at all. It can also mean that maybe they're self-employed and they have to pay everyone that they have employed before they can pay themselves. It can also mean that maybe they are, especially if you get Queen of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles then is a Pentacles. So that does ground it. It means someone who's very good in business, but sometimes she's someone who works for herself. And so she's actually learning lessons on money and finances. If you get a lot of 8, and I know 8 is not the subject of this video, but let's say you do get 8, then there is some karma with money as well. So once you start understanding the numbers, it's really, really easy to read the cards, and then you can add to the meaning afterwards. Let's say that there were no pentacles, but the final card is Queen of Wands. So you know that this person is very eager to have their own company. They want their own brand. They want their own label. You know what I mean? And they're also very good at teaching and guiding people. So this is a leader. This is a leader queen of the queens. So if you get her with, for example, the Emperor, she will be front and center in some way. But if you don't get any pentacles, maybe she's building and she's in the building phase and she's not actually getting any real financial rewards yet. Whatever reward she's getting is not... It's in the future sometime, like she's seeing the big picture of things. So the queens are a very good sign to get in your reading. And like I said, if you get 4 showing up, then a soul mission that you've done over many lifetimes will be completed. And you will most likely also attract in a lot of help. So the right people will be there to help you. But the reason that they're coming in is can be like of magic, like they just appear when you really need them. And you fulfilling this purpose you get is because this is something you've done before. So you're coming together to complete it. And then you can take it to the next level, and you can take it to mastery and artistry if you want. Depends what your soul choose to do. But whatever is your divine timing is what you will create. Whether you want to go in another direction or not, it will recreate. So guys, I hope that made you understand the queens more. It is often a sign of a divine timing, especially if you get judgment and especially if you get judgment with it, and the Justice card as well. So yeah, if you do get a lot of major arcanas with it, it's most definitely a scene being set for you to fulfill a major destiny of your soul. So whatever you're asking for is part of that. How big the part is, that you have to also read the other cards, but it's a major puzzle piece at least, you know what I mean? So it's a major piece of the bigger picture that you have to live through and understand to be able to go to the next level and complete everything. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'm going to go through the nights and the pages as well. Bye!